You're listening to Spring River Chronicle. Audio on the go.
First National Banking Company. Get checking that pays with Super Plus Checking at FNBC.
Eminent domain suit resolved. Settlement reached out of court. By Lauren Siebert. The eminent domain suit, City of Highland vs. Pete and Tim Riley, was settled out of court on December 9 after Jennifer Oakes and her brother Tim Riley contacted Highland Mayor Richard Smith. With time running out, Oakes had carefully considered her options throughout the previous weeks. I have mixed feelings about the situation, Oakes said. I am disappointed in my city and their actions. My decisions were between making a stand and fight a losing battle, or just getting it over with so my family and I could get back to our life. Oakes had been advised by former City Council member Clyde Fisher to settle out of court in order to save the Riley family the court costs, which would most likely have accrued during the course of the suit. Oakes contacted Smith the morning of December 9 and requested a stipulation be added to the agreement. We asked the mayor if he would be willing to add a stipulation stating that land will be used specifically for a city park, Oakes said, and that if for any reason the land was not used for a park, that we would have the option to buy it back for the same amount the city paid. Smith stated he could not make that stipulation, and referred her to his lawyer, John Abel. According to Abel, the decision would be up to the Highland City Council as to whether they would add the stipulation. After contacting Abel, Oakes was then redirected to Smith repeating what Abel had said. Oakes told Smith she would feel more comfortable about selling the land if this option were to be available to the Riley family. I asked for an emergency council meeting so we could get it resolved before our time was up, Oakes said. Richard Smith told me it wasn't possible, but there was a meeting on the 13th of this month. Mayor Smith informed Oakes that her concern would be addressed at the next city council meeting, and that the grant states the land must be used for a park only. That is already in our grant funding. There are a lot of things we can't do and some things we can do, Smith said. That area, that property and the park equipment will be dedicated to the city. We can't shut it down and rent it out to some group or anything. Oakes and Riley then met with Smith that afternoon to finish out the paperwork. Mayor Smith concluded the transaction and thanked Oakes and Riley, stating that the park would be a great addition to the city. According to Fisher, he was very surprised and disappointed when he heard what the city had done, and particularly how they did it. Citizens from the city of Highland are very upset with the city's actions, Fisher said. We have been a city for 13 years and this has never happened before. Fisher stated he had talked with several members in his community and they felt that the citizens had never truly been consulted on the matter. I know of several people who had no idea until it came out in the papers, Fisher said. After speaking with them, we felt as though the city had filed suit over a $500 difference and that was unnecessary. Fisher noted. That being said, myself and several others have gathered together and we, the citizens, are going to make up the difference between what the city paid and the Riley's original compromise of $3,000. This has nothing to do with Pete Riley. I believe what he did was wrong, and I believe he's in prison where he belongs, Fisher stated. It has to do with the city coming in and using eminent domain. Where is it going to stop? Fisher noted he did not want to see eminent domain used in the city of Highland again. Since word got out the city filed, the Rileys have had several offers from citizens to purchase the land, Fisher said. It's not about the money at this point, it's the principle. At least one purchase offer was from a local resident, who simply wanted to block the city from using eminent domain, on principle, which could have jeopardized the entire project. In the end, though, Oakes and Riley decided to accept the city's lower figure, although we now have a bitter taste left over from this entire situation, Oakes said. I never thought that those representing our community would treat us who live here as they did. This is the first time in my life that I'm truly disappointed in them.
Thanks for listening to Spring River Chronicle Audio on the Go. Be sure to subscribe to the paper and check us out online at myspringriver.com.